What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to their 5-9 Gaming Weekly Wrap. This series where we go ahead, we talk about the gaming news this past week. Speaking of which, I got 5 pieces of news to talk about this week, along with some sales and along with some games that dropped this week. Let's go ahead and let's jump in, as always, with the game sales this week. And as a reminder, guys, I am getting this from WarriorWare64. Shout out to WarriorWare. And also, these are US-based prices, so just keep that in mind. A pretty big one that I didn't go specific, but the Epic Game Store is having a $10 coupon, so go ahead, make sure you use that $10 coupon. I think it's good. I'm not sure if it's good until after New Year's, but I think it's good up until then. So make sure you guys are using it, because $10 off any game that's on that Epic Game Store, it's a pretty big thing, so go ahead and use that. Also, Grand Theft Auto, the trilogy, the definitive edition surprise is $47.99 on Nintendo eShop right now. Be warned that the game might not run well, but then again, I haven't really heard much about the Nintendo version of that game, so just keep in mind, be warned if you're gonna get that game. But it's on sale for $47.99. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy is also on sale on the US eShop. Keep in mind though, it is $38.99, which is a really good price, but also it is the cloud version. So just keep that in mind, my Switch users. I did play the demo. It wasn't that bad for me. My internet's not the greatest, but it's also not the worst. So just, I guess, take that with a grain of salt. Keep that in mind if you do go for the cloud version. And a pretty good price is Immortals Phoenix Rising at the lowest of lows right now at GameStop. This is for PlayStation 4, Xbox, and Switch. And it is $14.44. It's really cheap. Jumping now into story number 1. Square Enix servers are just straight up full. We're getting an official statement from Yoshida, Mr. Yoshida himself, the game's director producer, from the official Final Fantasy XIV website. So essentially, on the official website, they put out a notice that essentially began with an apology from the game's director and producer, followed by a statement that reads this: players are currently experiencing extremely long wait times. Some are even reporting this wait time to be several hours just to get into the game, due to the dense concentration of play hours, which far exceed the game's server capacity, especially during the peak times. And one way to help with this was the decision to temporarily suspend the sale and delivery of Final Fantasy XIV Starter Edition and Complete Edition. Not just that, they're doing even more things to kind of help with basically these crazy long wait times. Additionally, they're going to temporarily suspend new registrations for the free trial until further notice. Also, they will be suspending all new advertisements for the game. Now, they still plan to release patches for the new content for the game during this congested server phase, but you know, they already have it planned out. They're gonna still do it, which is kind of unfortunate for anybody who's just like trying to get into it, maybe to make it in time for the new content, if that's something that's like a reason them coming into the game. So very unfortunate, but they are going to still go away with those patches. But they are continuing to work towards adding a new logical data center and new worlds to help with the server congestion. But again, due to pandemic and also just a shortage of the semiconductors, everything is just still getting delayed. So that even that idea by itself is still getting delayed. So with the mixture of all those things, that's kind of their way, I guess, to try to help what's going on right now. This is crazy. I don't know when was the last time I've ever heard of a company having to halt the delivery and sales of their game just to kind of help with like the flow of servers and stuff like that. So absolutely insane. One might say that's like crazy success. That's amazing, which it kind of is. At the same time, that's also absolutely nuts. So again, I've never seen something like this ever happen. I can't remember the last time such a big MMORPG game like this. Maybe like what, like maybe Eve, I think. I know there's a couple of big time ones back in the day. I think Eve was a really big MMO at the time. So it's really cool to see them, I guess, like, you know, that the game is just popping off like that. Also, you know, I know people are leaving other games too. And so people are now just kind of all migrating over to this game. And so it's just crazy to see that, like, hey, they're going to have to halt on sales, cut back on advertisements, like the stuff that you never want to see happen is just happening. So absolutely insane. Give me your thoughts about that down below in the comment section as we jump into story number 2, and this one was quite random when I saw this. Splinter Cell Remake is official. We're getting from the official Ubisoft site and also their Twitter account. They posted up something. This is from Michael Reparaz. Basically, Ubisoft has greenlit the development of Splinter Cell Remake, not a remaster. They're doing a remake, it's just straight up remake. The project will be led by Ubisoft Toronto. The game will be rebuilt from the ground up using Ubisoft's own Snowdrop engine, the same engine being used to develop Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, which is an upcoming game, as well as Ubisoft's upcoming Star Wars game. Now, the game is in very, very early development, but is promised to keep the spirit of the original game intact while giving it a much needed modern update. And it will continue to be a linear game and not open world. God bless. Thank you, Ubisoft. As well as remain a stealth action game. Now, the reason why I say that is because I feel like Ubisoft has been going on this big tangent with their last couple games of just being these huge, big open world games that are typically, I feel like, super bloaty with just so much content. Sometimes it feels like it's just too much content. And I know that's like kind of like a thing that they do, which is, it's just nice to see them go, you know, into the Splinter Cell games, but, you know, they're going to remake it, but not decide to go that direction, which I pray stays that way. I want them to go linear, just go level to level, you know, keep it a nice classic design, something different from Ubisoft. I don't know, at least that. The other scary thing is, you know, they did just announce their whole, their Ubisoft Quartz division and everything, the whole thing with NFTs. And it's just like, I pray to God that does not make it to this game. As you can see, none of the gamers, including myself, want to see NFTs in the gaming space. I don't want to see it. I think a lot of people don't want to see it either. Obviously, a lot of people don't want to see it. So I question, will we see some type of NFTs by the time this game even comes out? Because this game is in super early development. I think they just announced the project got greenlit, and the project is just getting greenlit. Maybe 2025. I don't know. Definitely years out before we see anything else. So this is, I don't know. Give me your thoughts about it. I'm excited, but also the other point I wanted to make was that this was announced super randomly. Like, there wasn't even a big like press statement or anything. It wasn't like a big they decided to drop this on some type of event or something. What would have been a great way to drop this was at the Game Awards, which I'm surprised they didn't do. A simple Twitter post. At least that's how I found it. It was just a simple Twitter post. And it's definitely weird, but you know, it is what it is. Again, the game is going to remain also as a stealth action game, so it's cool again just to see that they're going to keep it very classic. Now, jumping into story number 3, new PlayStation DualSense controller colors are coming and console covers. Yes, baby, this is exactly what I've been waiting for, because we've seen the patents, we've seen the rumors, the leaks, and now it's happening. It makes sense why they've been attacking some of these other third-party people out there that are trying to also drop their own covers. It all makes sense now. This is coming from the PlayStation blog from Isabella Tomatis. PlayStation officially announces new colors to join their Galaxy collection for the DualSense controllers. We're going to get a Nova Pink, a Starlight Blue, and a Galactic Purple, which I was excited for the Starlight Blue. That was the one I wanted. But then I saw Galactic Purple and I was like, hold up. Now I don't know what I want to do. But those are the 3 new colors for the DualSense controllers. The new colors will begin launching in January and February in 2022 at participating retailers. Now, the console covers will be coming in the same colors as the DualSense controllers, which again are Midnight Black, Cosmic Red, Nova Pink, Starlight Blue, and Galactic Purple. Now, these new covers are easily snappable in, and you can actually have fun and try to mix and match them. There are 2 pieces, so you can do the bottom and the top. I'm definitely going to be mixing and matching. I don't know what I'll do. A part of me wants to have some fun. Maybe do like a black with blue. Maybe keep the white with black. I mean, I don't know how I'm going to do it yet, but it's just kind of fun to see them do something like this, which is really exciting. The Midnight Black and the Cosmic Red PS5 console covers will become available starting in January 2022 at participating retailers. Now, the rest of the colors will be coming in the first half of 2022 for the console, for the actual cover plates. I didn't make sure because I didn't want to, they are separate. Midnight Black and then the Cosmic Red are going to come January 100% 2022. I think the pre-orders are up actually right now. Again, at participating retailers or PlayStation directly themselves. But the rest of the colors for the covers are not coming into the first half of 2022. So there's actually no specific date. Just imagine whatever, 6 months is, June, I think summertime, I would say. Around there, imagine, is the latest I think we'd be getting it. For the rest of the colors. So that's pretty cool. I mean, I'm excited. I think the one thing I'm most excited for is now that we're finally getting like colors, right? PlayStation console covers, but colors. I'm more excited for the potential like special edition cover plate that has like God of War Ragnarok special, special looking design, maybe a Kingdom Hearts one, right? Final Fantasy 16. I'm excited because there's tons and tons of things that they can do now. And this is so much of a better decision going this route instead of having to buy another brand new console, especially when right now making consoles are just absolutely like impossible. Not impossible, but it's so slow right now, production and just getting these new consoles out there. More importantly, it's not just that, but then it's also just as a consumer trying to buy a PlayStation 5 right now. We all know how absolutely insane it is just to get your hands on one. But I think this is a good way to kind of still help that, but at the same time have some fun with dropping some cool special, special edition cover for your PlayStation 5. I'm excited. If they drop a cool God of War one, I am copying that day one. Now I'm going to go ahead and jump into story number 4. And we did have a Indie World Showcase. I'm going to give you guys a bit of a mini cap, not all the announcements, but just mostly the biggest announcements. We have Matt Kim from IGN. That's where I'm getting this from. Now, again, if you missed the showcase, don't worry. Here's just a couple of the big announcements from this week's Nintendo's Indie World Showcase. First one is Sea of Stars, an upcoming JRPG with not only a Chrono Trigger influence, but actual music from the same composer, Yasunori Mitsuda. This is aimed for holiday of 2022. We have River City Girls number 2, an upcoming modern beat 'em up and sequel. This is aimed for a summer 2022 release. Then we have Omori, a critically acclaimed RPG that is now coming to Switch, looking to come in spring 2022. Then we have Alicia, the Oblivion of Twin Goddesses. This is an upcoming 3D puzzle game with fun co-op gameplay aimed at launching in spring 22 as well. And then we have Ali World, a fun skateboarding focused game launching on Switch on February 8th, 2022. With pre-orders that are officially live right now as I'm saying this. Now again, there's like a couple more games, I think 4 more games that are also announced. Go check out IGN's full article for the extra games that I didn't say, for more information on them and when they're coming out. A lot of the games are just coming out 2022 basically. The one I'm looking for mostly is Sea of Stars. It looks like it's obviously heavily influenced by Chrono Trigger, and it's gonna have the music too. And I love Chrono Trigger, so I'm actually really excited for that. I'm definitely gonna go ahead and check that one out. But let me know down below any of those Indie World Showcase games you're looking forward to. Let me know down below in that comment section. Now jumping into the final story, and that is Nintendo dropped 5 more Sega Genesis games out of nowhere. Here we go with this trend of just dropping these bits of news on Twitter like it's nothing. This is coming from the official Nintendo Twitter account. Basically, the tweet read, Nintendo is announcing 5 Sega Genesis games being released the same day again as this announcement. But basically, they dropped it along the announcement with the 5 games being Altered Beast, which I know is super popular. At least everybody's telling me online. I know I've heard of this game. I've never played it, but again, I've heard of it. And I know it's a really popular game back in the day. This is another one too. Toe Jam and Earl. I've heard it's actually another really popular game that also got dropped. Dynamite, I think it's Heady. Dynamite Heady also dropped, Sword of Vermilion and Thunder Force 2, which that's another one I believe is also pretty popular. So it's not like they're just dropping some random Sega Genesis games. I've been told and being, tagged on Twitter that these are actually really popular games. So if that's the case, that's dope. I mean, I can't say I know any of these besides hearing about Altered Beast, but this is pretty cool. It's the way I guess I'm looking at this now is I'm wondering if this is going to be how Nintendo does the month-to-month cycle for their, for their expansion pack servers, because that is the big thing. Reminder, this is a part of Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack. If you want to have access to this, you got to have that expansion pack. But again, me, along with probably the rest of the Nintendo fan base, wants to actually get our bang for our buck. And we talked about it I think the last weekly wrap, when I talked about Banjo-Kazooie coming. That's a pretty big one. No one thought that was going to be coming next month already, because as we all thought, it was going to be 2 months before we got another game, considering how we just got the recent one. So if this is going to be the case where it's like one N64 game, hopefully every month, along with 5 Sega Genesis games, I can't say I am I don't know. I can't say that I'm excited about that, but at the same time, I can't say that that's wrong either. Like, that's great. I think that's great value. That's better value. I'm not gonna say great value because these are all really, at least the Sega Genesis games, these are pretty old games too. I was saying before, if this was like Sega Dreamcast, that'd be a complete different story. But I think with Sega Genesis games is cool and it's great. I guess, I don't know. I think at the end of the day, I think I still have a hard time justifying, even with this alone, being enough for that $50 increase for it being a new, for the new price tag for the year or whatever. So I don't know. In my opinion, this is still a way better thing. One N64 game with 5 Sega Genesis games, if they can keep this going for month to month, is a way better deal than what they were doing before. I think the thing is, I'm just hesitant. I feel like this looks really good now. I'm afraid come January to February, we don't even get an N64 game, and maybe we get like 2 Sega Genesis games. I think that's where I'm still hesitant. I want to see that consistency from Nintendo. So it's nice to see them dropping, Banjo-Kazooie coming up in January. It's nice for them to continue their promise with the Sega Genesis drops too. So now I'm excited to see, come next month, do we see a game come February, or are we waiting until like June for the next game? So I think that's the next big question. But again, let me know down below in the comment section, your comment. Again, it sounds like they're listening, so let's hear that out. And guys, let's go ahead and end with the games that released this past week. Again, I get this full listing from Game Informer. Here we go. The Gunk dropped on Xbox Series X and S with Xbox One and PC. That was December 16. And then Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate dropped on PC via Epic Game Store. Keep that in mind. That is December 16. And then Pray for the Gods, that dropped on PlayStation 5, Series X and S, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. That game looks awesome. That is on December 14th. That game looks like a Shadow of the Colossus influence game. So go check that out because it looks really, really good. Now, guys, that is it for this week's weekly wrap. Let me know down below your thoughts in the comment section. I want to hear about it, everything that you got from these pieces of news for this week. But also, you know, in case I don't see you guys will get another video from me. Have a great, happy holidays for you guys if I don't get to talk to you guys one more time. Until then, thank you guys for watching. And if you guys are brand new to the channel, make sure you guys are subscribing. If you guys are enjoying this content, if you're tuning in, make sure you also hit that subscribe button. And also, if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a like as well. And as always, I am Lethal1Up. Thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys next time, maybe next year. I'll see you guys then. Peace.